Hi guys, John from SurfFX, and we're having a look at the new Armstrong surf foil board, creatively called the Surfboard. It's good because it keeps it simple, and it is a very simple design board, and it's nice to see that because it doesn't have any weird, crazy angles and stuff. It's just made to paddle well. And you know, we always say if a board looks good now, it's going to look good in 10 years, and same thing. So what they've done is concentrated really on the ability to paddle into a wave and paddle up to speed. So best way to do that, straight outline. You can see how straight this is here down the rails, and they do that really with having a little bit wider nose. So it's a very fish kind of shaped nose, so as opposed to a real pointy shortboard nose. It's got enough rocker to clear, but I'll show you that in a sec. And then the back end, a fairly straight cut through the back end of the board. So you know, kind of like, you know, just like a very fishy, very wide rounded squash tail board, again, to get back up to speed. And to keep that volume happening paddle wise, you can see here the thickness, it's very even throughout. So you've got float and quite a bit of float in the front. There is a slight concave through the middle here, so you're a little bit stepped down on the front foot, so that's nice, something we've seen with lots of boards coming through, just to kind of give you a bit nicer stance just going along. You don't have to be that front foot up in the air. It keeps you a little bit more, you know, just allows you to kind of tend to be a bit more front foot forward, front foot heavy, and helps with a little bit that control. Scooped outness kind of gives you that skateboard feel, so you got a little bit of a raised edge on the side, and the grip of this is pretty awesome. So Armstrong have always had a nice little bit squishy grip, and that kind of heat stamped finish on it, so it doesn't hold a lot of water. And the little cutouts, you know, every cutout has a little edge to it, so that adds more traction and a bit more grip without being super rough. Tail pad is a fairly straightforward diamond cut. And then Armstrong have been doing this since, I think it's the mid-length they started doing this with the downwind. They put the downwind did. So lines on the top, that's over top of the boxes. So you can see that's where the foil is. So easy to line up, kind of get your stance centered, know where your foil is going to be. With the wide tail, they did do a pretty decent kick, and the kick's almost got a little bit of a concave to it as well. So again, a little bit more something to push off of if you pop your foot back there. But they've really kind of just cleaned it up, and I love the look of the new Armstrong boards. That's not my salesman spiel. That's like, I just like clean boards, and the little exposed carbon, it just looks awesome. So nice touches, well done guys. Okay, bottom and rocker. So we've got a fairly flat rocker line. You can see through the whole thing there with just enough nose kick. When you're paddling, it's comfortable, kind of gets up and over without being extreme. And they've done a slight double concave that ramps into a V. Now, full drive, okay, we get a lot of questions about full drive because we sell a lot of full drive here. The full drive boards, now this is to keep this board really stiff. It's carbon stringer, but it's also carbon boxes on a carbon board. So not too much problem. One of my buddies, Sam, has one of these, and you use one of the antennas that you can get from Armstrong, and basically that you have zero connectivity issues then. Some guys don't have issues with them, but get the antenna, all good on the full drive. That rocker line continues with a chine, and the chine's fairly soft, and it gets a little bit sharper here with where you want to have the water release. So as the board starts planing, you've got a sharp edge the whole way back, right across the back of the tail. Again, water to release, let go, get this thing in the air as fast as possible. That's, you know, the best way to get it going on a foil, get that thing into the air. Size-wise, they've got tiny little ones for toe, or if you're absolute legend or kids, because more and more kids are foiling now too. And they do have footstrap inserts, so if you go, you can always have a go on footstraps kind of behind the boat if you want to teach your friend, nice and easy. And there's just not a whole lot of holes on it because it's not, crazy like a wingboard, but you've got enough. So you've got three, so you can just do a V-strap setup, and then you've got enough in the tail right down the middle. They're all pre-drilled through the foam, so it's nice and easy to get it set up and get your screws in. Bags, Armstrong have always had their boards come with a really high quality bag. This is it here. So it's a nice padded bag. Obviously it's got the Velcro slot, you can have the foil stick out, and a couple little pockets inside, nice shoulder straps. But it's good to see a good quality bag. Some brands are kind of trying, but they're just doing cheap little sleeves. But if you're, high-end premium carbon board like this, the bag is unreal. And it's, you know, so it should, it's great.